Catroots was a Nintendo 64 game developed by Marigold Management. Catroots is rather a mysterious title as it was never officially announced, with only a tech demo being shown at E3 in the year 2000. A CGI animated teaser for the game was shown at E3 2000 on a display at Nintendo's booth. Besides that, there was very little information about the actual game. In fact, when IGN asked some Nintendo of America employees about the mysterious display, the answer was simply, "We were told to put it out there." Eventually, Shigeru Miyamoto himself was interviewed. He confirmed that the game was being developed by Marigold and that an official announcement on the game was yet to be made. As Catroots was in development late into the Nintendo 64's lifespan, it may have been cancelled due to the release of the Nintendo GameCube in 2001. The teaser showed cats and mice fighting in a similar style to Tom and Jerry or The Simpsons' Itchy and Scratchy. An unknown portion of the teaser was uploaded to IGN, which shows a red cat being chased and attacked by a mouse, using weapons like shurikens, a hammer, and a flamethrower. There are also a few other pictures depicting some different scenarios. As of the recording of this video, the tech demo for Catroots has yet to surface. Despite the release of the Nintendo GameCube, the game was unfortunately never reworked or ported onto the system. Bomberman 3DS was a game that was originally scheduled to launch on the Nintendo 3DS, being produced by Hudson Software and being distributed by its parent company, Konami. The game was first announced in February 2011, during a video where it listed some of the games launching on the system in that year. It was lastly acknowledged at E3 2011 before being cancelled. The game appeared to be similar to Bomberman 64. It also noted that this would also be one of the only games where Bomberman would have a health bar instead of having a health stock. There would also be another mode named Battle Mode, where players would fight against each other in Bomberman style. Also, it is rumored that this mode would have been cross-compatible with other 3DS Bomberman games. The game was fully cancelled in March of 2011 due to Hudson Software merging with Konami. Fortunately, about 6 years later, fans would see a new Bomberman game on a Nintendo console. The game was named Super Bomberman R, and the game was released on the Nintendo Switch as a launch title on March 3rd, 2017. On January 21st, 2000, MTV was taping a pilot for a new show called Dude, This Sucks. It was supposed to be a talent competition where two team captains would each act out a performance featuring the bizarre talents of the contestants for 45 seconds. If at any time during the 45 seconds one of the three judges thinks the act sucks, they smash down with a hammer on their podium, the act is disqualified, and the audience screams out, "Dude, this sucks," as loud as they can. At the end of half an hour, the team with the most points gets a load of money. For one of the acts, some teenage girls were instructed by studio employees to stand on the stage in a certain place for a part of the show in which a pair of performers known as the Shower Rangers were to go through their routine. The girls didn't receive any information from the staff about what the performance would be or how they would be involved in it. The performers, the Shower Rangers, took the stage dressed in scouting-type uniforms and appeared to act out some kind of a campfire scene. The Shower Rangers then turned their backsides to the audience, dropped their pants, exposed their bare rear ends, bent over, and let fly with a shower of liquid spraying the underwear girls from head to foot. Apparently, the performers had dosed themselves with a powerful laxative prior to the performance. The girls who were sprayed were obviously not amused by MTV's idea of humor. Two of the girls sued the television network on April 5th, 2001 for infliction of emotional distress and battery because of the incident. One of them told the court, "We were having a good time until the second act of Dude, This Sucks went on. All of a sudden I was smelling something disgusting and I started to gag. I looked around at my friends, they were covered in something, and as I looked down at myself I realized that I was too." Another one of the girls, 14-year-old Kelly Sloat, spoke on the humiliation the girls felt when they returned to school. Everyone knew about it, even some of the teachers. Most of the kids were cracking jokes that wouldn't come near us because even though we washed off the feces, they said we smelled. I will never ever forget what a horrible experience this was. The television network's president of programming at the time, Brian Graydon, assured that the footage from the show never has aired and never will be. "This was a terrible incident, it was unintended, and we regret that it ever happened," he said. "I was not aware of the content of the segment prior to the taping and have taken steps to ensure that an incident of this nature never happens again." The Crazy Frog movie was a planned film based on the famous ringtone character Crazy Frog. It was supposed to be released in late 2008 but was dropped sometime in 2007 or 2008. Alongside the film's production, 52 one-minute shorts were planned to be released on the internet and television to promote the film. The animation might have been done by Swedish animation company Cactus Film, who also animated the Crazy Frog music videos. The only evidence of its existence is a small paragraph from the article Cartoon Movie 2007 Sneak Peeks European Animated Features. It was also mentioned in a 2005 Adland article. It was again mentioned on a personal blog named The Night Shift, where the writer Chris Knight goes on a rant about how Crazy Frog could become a huge thing in the United States, similar to how it was very popular in Britain and Europe. Then on April 23, 2020, the official Crazy Frog Twitter was asked what happened to the Crazy Frog film, and they simply replied it got cancelled. There is no known information on the plot or who the cast is, and no concept art is known to exist. Chaotic Online was a 2007 card game for PC based on the Chaotic trading card game. Each card of the game came with a unique 12-digit code which the owner could input onto the Chaotic website, and this would allow the player to trade and play online using their own cards. The game was released in October 2007 and it was available for download at chaoticgame.com. The servers were shut down at some point between June 1st and June 19th in 2013. The website was also shut down, making the game completely unplayable. Since the number of players were pretty small at the time of its shutdown, it had basically no coverage. The game can't be played in any way currently, and unless the servers are brought back or another party somehow hacks the game to get past the DRM, it may never be playable again. Big Bible Town was a multiplayer online game by Third Day Games launched on November 15, 2010. This online game was based on Third Day's PC game series, Bible Champions and Gospel Champions. The overall style of the game was similar to Club Penguin and was meant to teach values and lessons while set in the 1st century. The player would make an account and build their own church-centric town by collecting tokens. The game also had Bible adventures the player could go through, in which it could win tokens and buy costumes, buildings, pets, and more. According to their Twitter, Big Bible Town had plans to release the game on iOS, but it is currently unknown if this fell through or not. It is unknown what happened to this game, let alone when the game even shut down, as the official website is not accessible anymore. Multiple videos as well as gameplay footage can be found on the official Big Bible Town YouTube channel. Batman Fights Dracula was a 1967 Filipino parody comedy film directed by Lady M. Diaz and written by Burr R. Mendoza. As the name suggests, the movie centers around a battle between Batman and Dracula. It is considered by many to be one of the most sought-after lost Asian films of all time. Very little information on the film has surfaced online other than some standard production details such as cast and crew, although at least one person has undertaken a personal search effort for the film, which ultimately went unfulfilled. That is until a great amount of new information surfaced on a Filipino blog. The plot's about a mad scientist named Dr. Zorbo who, after repeatedly being defeated by Batman, finds a way to resurrect the wicked Count Dracula, control him, and even make him stronger, rendering him invincible towards traditional ways of killing him. Although the blog post clarifies the plot and provides a great number of photos, none of the footage from Batman Fights Dracula has been found. A similar looking film titled James Batman is often mistaken as being Batman Fights Dracula, but James Batman is a different movie altogether, though it is also a Batman parody film from the Philippines.